What's up, everybody? This is Karen Ray, so as known as the Obsessed Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and hopefully I'm live. With Far Cry 3. With my cat Echo.
Nothing to be afraid of. Damn pirates. They're scum. Interesting. Shit! This one's mine! I got it!
Okay, he somehow killed himself. Don't ask me how the fuck he did that. There's the fucker.
Wait and see. We will be safe together.
check the trophy list. I'm a beauty. Oh, you're so pretty. You're so pretty, man. You're my favorite kitty in the world. Kitty's Maximus. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Success. Are you kidding me right now? Jeez. Beautiful. That's bullshit. Alright, you gotta get it back out. I gotta do some stuff. I'll be right back. Oh. I'll be right back. Ooh. Ah, fuck, I went the wrong way. And that's fucking waterfall. Of course it is. Sorry, my anxiety's getting the better of me. Well, shit. Really?
Disgusting.
No, fuck, I went the wrong way. What kind of? I believe I can glide. Oh, I forgot there was minefield there. My bad. That was just a story thing. Turns out, no. Thank you, Xbox. I really appreciate you. Skyrim hopping my way up this bitch. Oh fuck. Okay. Well. No, see. Oh yeah, it's gone. No, no, oh, don't do that to me. God.
Yeah. I'm just working my way through to get the plat for this. You have to get at least 60 of the relics. Which isn't that bad, it's only half the relics in the game. I need to get somebody to knock out the, Far Cry 4 multiplayer trophies with me soon. I would play some of the older ones. Now they've been boosted to 60 FPS. But obviously it's always up to you. I don't know. Probably not. But I know that the servers are still live. I've checked. And at a certain point, it will become impossible to get the trophies for Far Cry 4 and all of them, so I kind of want to do it and get them done. And honestly, they're really simple. I think each Far Cry game has its own special spice that makes it worth revisiting. Because each one has such a different vibe and a region to it, you know what I mean? That's one of the things I think is great about it. It's like they never tried to emulate the same thing twice. 2 is it got Africa. 3 is obviously like Malaysia. 4 is you know, like Tibet, Nepal. Yeah. The only thing I will say that I don't really like about Far Cry 6, and I hope that Far Cry 7, whenever that comes out fixes, is the skill tree. I really don't like that they removed the skill tree in 6. It's been a staple of the series since 3, and I kind of wanted to stick around. I mean, overall, I like 6 a lot, but I miss the skill tree. And 5 already was kind of moving that way because it was you had to get hurt points. Just give me back fucking XP. Like, I like the gear system. You can keep the gear system. We can have both. And they've been moving towards RPG shit anyway, so gear and skill points be, you know... Well, I mean, that's gonna be in any game, Rhea. Any game with sequels. You know, they're pretty much gonna, you're gonna have to do some re-getting. It's just kind of unavoidable. But I like the growth.
Hey, use the hand over here.
I also hope that, I've heard that, I've heard that, Far Cry 7 is going to be in New England. American West Coast. Obviously, we don't know how true that is, but that'd be great when you think about it. Beautiful fall, kind of Boston accent. Colonial areas or buildings that were left over. Well, I mean, in honesty, New England, besides having some of the world's most beautiful fall, which would be perfect to set a Far Cry game in, is pretty much just the East Coast. So it could mean a lot of things. Like when you say New England, most people think Boston, but that's not necessarily the case. And there's like Appalachian Mountains that could be great. Like there's a lot of stuff they can do in New England. I'd have to see what part of New England, because literally it's like 10 different states are part of New England. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I was never like big on Montana, but I like the way they did it in 5 so much. Like they made it a great map. And they could do the same thing, really, you know, because, like, yeah, Far Cry. Well, see, it worked. It worked for, Far Cry 5 because Montana is considered to be isolated. It's like wilderness country. It's considered to be one of the most sparsely populated states. But, yeah. But then again, Far Cry 6 had the most amount of towns and settlements and cities and shit of any game in the series, and I thought that worked out fantastic. So, and I wouldn't be opposed to having a big city in a Far Cry game. I mean, not the whole map, but you know, if they had like a big city, that would be cool, and I think it would be a nice contrast. They had the urban areas and the outdoor areas. And the city was cool, but it was all locked off, which made sense in the story, but it wasn't like, And to be fair, there are parts of New England, Rhea, that are very isolated. Like Appalachian Mountains, like huge peaks, valleys, like it's Indian country. So, it just depends on what part of New England. Like, I mean, it's a broad term. We don't know. But there's huge wilderness areas, you know, the Appalachian Mountains, big valleys, so I don't know what to see. I can say, though, that I honestly believe that whatever it is will be good. I've yet to play a Far Cry game I didn't like. Yeah, true. I mean, obviously I like some Far Cry games more than the others, but I have always liked every Far Cry game I played. And I played them all, actually, by the way. Well, not Vengeance. But I count Vengeance because Vengeance is just a shitty Wii port of Predator, and I played Predator. But I played Far Cry 1, the original Far Cry 1, Far Cry Instincts, Far Cry Predator, Far Cry 2, I played the whole fucking series, and I've never played one that I didn't like. Yeah. Yeah, I understand why a lot of people like Far Cry 2. And me and Alex were even having a conversation about this yesterday. But I think Far Cry 2 is one of those games that puts realism over fun. Like, too much. But, you know, 2 was kind of them finding their footing, honestly. Because, the first... Yeah. Two would be great if they remade it, but, yeah. But I could even deal with that. It's like I said, it's the realism that really kills it for me. Like, I don't want to actually have to take fucking malaria pills to not die from malaria in the game. I don't want every fucking... you know, I don't want to actually have to look at the map in-game. Like, oh, hey, you're actually looking down the map. That's cool until you have to do something or pause the game. Then it's not so cool. Like, I think, like... I think to put realism to the extreme, to the detriment of fun. And I think that's why Far Cry 3 is so good. I think that's where Ubisoft found their footing. Because they had a lot of really good stuff in Far Cry 2. It was a beautiful game for the time. I mean, for 2008, I believe, Far Cry 2 looked amazing. The gunplay was really good. The fire spreading, like, 2 had a lot of stuff going for it. And I think one of the things that made Far Cry 3 so awesome is they kept what was cool about Far Cry 2, but they trimmed away the bullshit to get to the fun. Yeah, that also very true, yeah.
I wonder what she's cooking.
Yeah, the ending was kind of fucked up. They also tried to have, like, oh, you can play all these different characters, but it didn't really affect hardly fucking shit. I would, okay, so I want them to increase the character. Yeah, I do. I agree with that, Danny. But I will say this. One thing I really want them to do for 7, or Far Cry 7, or whatever the fuck they call it, since game companies don't want to do numbers these days. I want them to give you more control over the characters' looks. Like, I appreciated Danny. I like Danny. I like their character arc. I like all that stuff. But you can't choose, like, their hairstyle, any of their facial features. Like, we can have a voice character and still have character customization. Like Far Cry 5 had. You know what I mean? It should be either or. Even something as simple as just let me choose a fucking haircut, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then 6, I like Danny, but then they kind of took options away from you, because then you could no longer fuck with your character's shit at all. Like, we can have a voice protagonist and still customize them. It should, you know, it's not an either or thing. But I think they're heading in the right direction. I think with Danny, they did a good job. Right? My hope, my concern is that Ubisoft just keeps doing what they're doing. I'm really worried that with Ubisoft now, like, radically restructuring. Yeah. Radically restructuring. That they might think they need to reevaluate the playbook with Far Cry 7. And I really don't want that to happen. I am more than happy with Far Cry the way it is. They can improve it, they can add a different setting, but I want them to keep the core of Far Cry the same. That's true. And, you know, Far Cry is one of those series where there's a very big disconnect between critics and the fan base, because critics continuously shit on Far Cry. Yeah, it did. Continuously shit on Far Cry for being the same year after year. I don't think it was at all. But fans loved it. And keep buying it. In fact, Far Cry is their second highest selling system, second highest selling series. And there has not been one Far Cry game since 3 that has sold. There has not been one Far Cry game since 3. Main games, I'm not talking about Primal or whatever. There's not been one main Far Cry game since 3 that has sold under 10 million copies. 3, 4, 5, 6, all of them have sold over 10 million copies. Yeah, Primal's good. Yeah, I agree. It takes some adjustment, but like on its own game, I think Primal's good. I thought New Dawn was good too. I didn't really care for the villains, but they did a really good job making everything feel fresh. I thought with it reusing the same map from 5 that it would feel shitty, but that's not the case. They actually made it feel considerably different, and it was a lot of fun. I and a lot of other people would also probably be down with them doing like a full-size Blood Dragon kind of game. I mean, not exactly the same, obviously, but I'm saying like over-the-top, schizo, you know, fucking neon overkill, but a full game. I would play that. Oh yeah. Okay, let me see. They're good. Still kind of bugs me that Crisis 1 can't reach a lock 60. Even now. But it looks really good. And Far Cry 2 and 3 are pretty much perfect. I have all three of them. Well, it's because, one, it pushes the consoles really hard. And two, from what I gather, the way that Crysis is set up is antithetical to modern consoles. Crysis, even to this day, uses one core for everything. So, even with all the extra power that PS5 sets it up, that's what I'm saying. It's not, though. It's a hard limit in the engine. I mean, on your end, you can tweak the cores. But I watched the whole Digital Foundry thing. The engine is hard-coded. It would need a complete rebuild to not be the way that it is. And so you can lock down for Crysis Remaster on PC to 60, but it requires fucking overkill, insane fuckingly over the maximum settings to do it. And it's not feasible on consoles. So it's not like a power thing, it's the way that Crysis is made. Code the fucking thing from the ground up. No, the console port's actually pretty decent. Like I said, it's not a issue on their fault. At least I don't think so. And with Crysis 2 and 3, they actually shifted it over to multi-cores and they run, but both of them run flawlessly, so. And all three remasters. Well, like I was saying, I think it would basically require recoding the entire game engine and the way it handles things to fix. Being almost nigh on a fucking remake. That's what I'm saying. I think it's possible, but it just wasn't worth it for the amount of effort. Like, it just the way that the engine for Crysis 1 is set up, it is just fucking hard-coded in everything to use one core and only one core, and when people would try to fuck with it, it would break the game. the AI would stop working. Like everything about this system was like built on this ball of yarn for one core. So you try pulling it, boop, 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 boop. So it would just like just starting from scratch to fix that. And like I said, Far Cry 2 and 3 are on multi-cores because they switched it over. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's the game. It's the way they coded the game. But the only way to undo that would be to redo all of the code. That's what I'm saying. Crysis 1 was made in a very particular way. And like I said, Crysis 2 and 3 remastered are made by the same team. All three of them are. Well, I'll try to find the video, Rhea, and I'll show it to you. Digital Foundry did a video about it, and they examined why it had issues, and that's what they said, that it was the whole thing was built around one core, and because of that, there's only so much that could be done. And due to the way that it is built, the core setup is built, you need a ridiculous amount of overkill to lock that shit down. And they even on PC, with Crysis, you have to have something far exceeding the maximum specs. Yeah. But from what I gather, it was a fucking nightmare to port it all. Like, Crysis 2 and 3 remastered were made by the same dudes. And they run flawlessly. Which leads me to believe... Yeah, that actually is fucking stupid. But yeah, the fact that the ports of Crysis 2 and 3 work flawlessly, even though they're graphically more advanced games, leads me to believe that if they're correct, then that it is an engine problem with Crysis 1. And like I said, it's like one of those things where everything was built around this thing, so if they fucking change it, it all comes apart. They would have to rebuild the whole fucking thing. And they were just like, okay, we're not going to do this for a remaster. So they made some improvements, but they didn't, rebuild it. Yeah, Crysis 1, I think, is a little bit overrated. And I think it pretty much falls on its face in the second half. And it's pretty awful, honestly. Yeah. I hope one of these days I hope to play Warhead. They never brought it to console ever. I've never got to play it. Yeah, I've heard good things. But yeah, Crisis 2 was a lot better game. And for my money, I really do think Crisis 3 is the best one. I thought the way they blended the jungle with the cityscapes was cool as shit. And the fucking bow in Crisis 3 is fucking amazing. I mean, kind of, but then 3 had the awesome part with the Doom buggy in the open battlefield in Red Star, so... Okay, it looks like there's a way in up there. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Dude, I keep hoping that one of these days they will either make a single-player mode for Hunt Showdown or make a single-player game set in that universe, because, honestly, the fucking, like, lore in the world of Hunt Showdown are super fucking cool. And, like, it pains me that it's just basically PvP. Like, if they made a full single-player game set in that universe, that would be fucking amazing. Yeah. Yeah, like Overwatch. I always thought it's funny that they spent so much time and effort and money fleshing out the character and the lore and the story of Overwatch to then not actually do anything with it. And then they tried to do a story mode for Overwatch 2, and they just fucking ruined it so spectacularly. Like, I actually was like, that was the only thing that got me into Overwatch 2. Like, when they first announced Overwatch 2, I'm like, oh, hey, Phantasy Star, yeah. When they announced Overwatch 2, I was like, oh, I don't care. And then like, oh, we're doing single player missions. I'm like, what? And then they fucking botched it. Oh, wow. Well, actually, I don't know if you knew this, but the Callisto Protocol was actually designed to be set in the world of PUBG. And there's actually a bunch of references to PUBG you can find in the Callisto Protocol. Yeah, no, it's not.
Disgusting.
Or fuck, dude. You know, I mean, it's not gonna happen because Valve has pretty much given up on making games. But after seeing fucking so many of those specials, man, Meet the Spy, Meet the Disc, I would have killed for a proper single-player game set in that fucking universe. The Team Fortress 2 universe would be fucking amazing for single-player. All the memorable characters and interactions they could have. Hold on 1 second, I'm loading up the thing to see what you said. Wow, right? Well, I mean, they did Warcraft. Obviously, that was single player before, but yeah. I would really just like a single player on the ground game set in WoW. Right? Yeah. Oh shit. Did you hear they finally, they announced the release date for Crimson Desert? March 12th, and they went gold. So it's like the 3 or 4 times they delayed it, and they just like, no, we're shipping them out. It's coming. So it's finalized. I'm really excited about that. I honestly think Crimson Desert looks fucking insane. Like, I mean, like, game changer. If it comes out and it actually matches the quality. No, okay. I understand why people think that way, but there's a reason why it isn't too good to be true. And there's a couple reasons. Number one, this is being funded by Black Desert. They're made by the same people, and Black Desert, makes more money than God. Apparently, it is one of the highest grossing games in the world. I've only barely played Black Desert, but in China, they make so much fucking money. And apparently, the lead designer behind Black Desert, his dream, his passion project, his passion project was to make a single-player story-driven RPG. So, they have made literally billions of dollars off of Black Desert. So, at first glance, it's like, how are they making a game this ambitious? Where are they getting the money? And you're like, oh, shit, Black Desert, that's where they're getting the money. And suddenly it's not so outrageous when they're making billions. And two, they know that they can tap into, right? They know they can tap into a whole nother demographic. They can tap into a whole nother demographic with single-player RPGs than they can in MMO. A lot of people don't play MMOs at all. So they're tapping into a huge RPG market, and as we've seen with Baldur's Gate 3, Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, there's a fucking huge market for story-driven RPGs, single-player RPGs. So, they're tapping into a huge market that has been doing incredibly well lately. And last but not least, if it was a scam, if it was too good to be true, then they would not be showing it off to the public. That's what I'm saying. They have let a lot of journalists play it. A lot. Like multiple times at events for several hours. And in fact, further giving you more confidence, the journalists that have played Crimson Desert have said that they were allowed to just do whatever they wanted. They were given a certain amount of time, and they weren't led into like a very scripted demo. They were just allowed to fuck around in the world. So if they were trying to scam people, they would let them play like, oh, here's a tiny slice, instead of just saying, here, do whatever. They had to be careful about the footage they could share. But multiple journalists have said, yeah, they just handed us the controller, just let us do what we wanted to do. That's not what people who are trying to scam somebody does. Like, if you look, yeah, exactly, yeah, public demo. If you look, at games that were a scam, if you look at games that were a scam, like the day before, they didn't let anyone play the game, and the parts they showed off were incredibly curated on a set path. They didn't just hey, oh, here, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And then, hold on, I'm pretty sure Crimson Desert has been in development for a while. Yeah, it's been over 7 years It's taken over 7 years. So they started working on it in 2019. So when you take into account that they had all that Black Desert money, they already had an engine that was prepped for big-ass open areas. And they've been working on it for the better part of a decade. It suddenly stops being so far-fetched. And like I said, I think it's going to come out. Yeah. I think it's going to come out. And it is going to be a big fucking deal in gaming. Every year in games, there's obviously big games that come out. Every year in gaming, there's obviously games that come out that are a big deal. But every so often, you get a game that, like you said, changes the gaming landscape. Like a seminal moment. Like a landmark game. And I think that's going to be one of them. Like, yeah. Yeah. Like Witcher 3. I know you don't really like The Witcher 3. I wish you would give it another chance. Because I really do think it's amazing, and it's kind of slow to start. But Witcher 3 was a seminal moment in RPGs. Skyrim, seminal moment. Like, every so often, a game kind of comes along and raises the bar. I know this is going to be one of those situations. Yeah, well, I would retry it, Rhea. They made a lot of changes and improvements. Even a few years ago, when they did the next-gen version of it, they actually added a shit ton of gameplay changes and improvements. It wasn't just a graphical update, they added a bunch of fan-requested features. They added a much closer optional camera that puts it over the shoulder, which I like. They added clicking the left stick to sprint and sprinting infinitely. They added an alternate movement control scheme. They added a quick cast for signs. When the game originally came out, you would have a radio menu, and that was cool, but now you can literally hold the right trigger and then hit any button combination, so you can actually quickly spam signs instead of stop, 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 change. So, fucking hit them with one sign, then immediately switch to the other. Yeah, I guess. They overhauled the leveling system with next gen. So they've consistently kept working on The Witcher 3. And I mean, just dude, the story in the world of Witcher 3. It is one of the most fully realized game worlds I think I've ever fucking seen. Like, it feels like a real fucking place. Yeah. Well, that's fair. And honestly, man, fucking Ard Skellig, dude, it's got to be one of the coolest fucking areas I've ever seen in any game. The first time you fucking step out onto Ard Skellig, oh my god, like, it is one of my most cherished fucking gameplay moments. Of course, it takes a while to get to Skellige. I guess. Like I said, I love it. And it is also, it's the gold fucking standard for side quests and RPGs, man. There's over 200 quests in the main game. Or side quests. They're all up to the quality of the main game. It is so fucking impressive. Like, the side quests in Witcher 3 put the main quest in most RPGs, other RPGs to fucking shame. And just, like, the fact that they managed to make the choices still matter in an open world is fucking insane. Like, even the side quest changes the world around you. But yeah, obviously, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I can't force you, but God, I love The Witcher 3 so fucking much. I'm just trying to collect at least 60 of these so I can knock that off. But yeah, I think honestly it looks fucking insane. I think Crimson Desert is gonna change gaming. Well, I don't know where you get that, because I mean it's about the opposite of static. It's like fucking Elder Scrolls. Each NPC has a schedule. Most of the buildings can be entered. Yeah. But the thing about Crimson Desert is it's pure. I think one of the reasons why Crimson Desert is going to be so awesome is because it's purely made for love of the game, literally. Because the people that make Black Desert are literally making more money than they could know what to do with. They're making billions of dollars of money off of Black Desert. They don't need to make literally anything else. Yeah. Ah, fucking hills, man. I've heard good things. I don't really do MMOs. But yeah, it does look good for an MMO. It's not really my thing. Shit. Oh, well. There we go. Yeah, I found that a lot of Chinese games have really good character creation. They love their drip. They really do. Oh, Korean? I'm sorry. You know, one of these days I actually need to try out where winds meet. That actually looks pretty cool. I know I don't play free-to-play games like that, but it actually looks pretty nifty. I guess we'll see then. Because, you know, it's one of those games we're going to keep refining, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that. Well, I think they're betting on the long term, you know what I mean? So I think, you know, one of those games you put a pin in. So it also seems really ambitious. Okay, I can see. I can see that. Let him cook. Well, I think people are more generous because of being free to play.
Wonder what she's cooking.
If there's no money up front, I think there's less expectations there, which is fair. People are generally more understanding of a, you know, game. being buggy when it's free to play than it dropping $70. Oh yeah, by the way, I got Phantom Fury. It was on sale for $6. I got it, and it's actually pretty good. I saw it like get ravaged by critics, but I'm having a good time. It lacks polish in a couple areas, but nothing that would make it unplayable or not good. And I think it's got a lot of heart and soul, and it really does feel kind of like a throwback to PS2 era shooters. And I mean, I've seen people say it's one of the worst games of 2025, and I really disagree. I believe I can glide. Yeah, so do I. That also looks really good. Plus, it's a perfect time to get back into Ion Fury because with Aftershock, they released a massive overhaul patch for the base game. Well, I mean, the expansion for the base game as well, and it's really good. Like, huge overhaul. So just the base game is better than ever. Yeah. Yeah. I can't disagree with you there. I prefer boomer shooters to most other shooters, honestly. Although I will say I don't really consider Phantom Fury a boomer shooter, like Ion Fury, but Phantom Fury is more like a Half-Life alike. Like, it's very clearly inspired by Half-Life 1, but I really like Half-Life 1, and there's not hardly any games these days that are like that, so it still feels really good. But you can definitely tell they're aiming for a different type of shooter nostalgia. That's what I mean, where it's like, you know, early PS2 kind of Red Faction kind of thing. I'm sure you'll see me play it, but it feels, does it? Yeah, I mean, it kind of does, but most people wouldn't list it as a boomer shooter. You know what I mean? Like, if you compare, like, Half-Life to fucking Doom, there's such a world of difference there that it just, I don't know. I mean, like, technically the era, but Half-Life was so different that, I don't know. It's kind of its own thing. Because, like, Half-Life was almost closer to, like, an immersive sim than, you know, like, fucking Doom. Especially Half-Life 2, with all the physics and shit you fuck around with, and the more open levels. Okay. What the fuck? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but like Duke Nukem and all that were. With Duke Nukem, that was almost its own subsection of shooters. The build engine games. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Either way, I really do like Phantom Fury. I think you would like it as well. Yeah, in a lot of games we do. For the most part, there's some games we disagree on, but for the most part, yeah, I will agree. Well, it's just I had heard that it was like the worst fucking game of all time. Like, I mean, it wasn't like, oh, this is bad. Like, so many people shit on it, and I'm like, okay, I might wait. But I saw gameplay, and I thought it looked good. And then I saw it on sale for $6, and I'm like, you know what? I had some money, and I thought, okay, I get it for $6, even if it's fucking awful, it's $6. You know what I mean? And I've been very pleasantly surprised. Yeah, well, true. Ta-da. I highly doubt that. Honestly, I've yet to play a bad Yakuza game. They've consistently made them super high quality. You may like some more than others, but like, most people won't say, "Oh, this is just bad." Like, they don't make bad games. They just don't. So, even if it's the worst RGG game, that would still mean that it's better than most other fucking games. The only thing that kind of worries me, and we'll have to see, is I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors that Kiwami 3 makes considerable changes to the lore of Yakuza 3 and 4. And I didn't look into any more than that because I didn't want to get spoiled. But I was hearing people saying that it retcon shit. And I'm going to have to see if that's true because it's not 100% verified. But I'm not, you know, if they retcon some major shit, I kind of don't like that. But we'll see, because it's not... But in general, I honestly think they're going to do a great job. Like I was saying before, I don't think they've ever made a bad game. Yakuza, Judgment, Ishin. Okay. Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's not a deal breaker for me, you know? I mean, you might not like it, but it's not like, oh my god, they ruined it! So, I honestly think it's probably gonna be good. Genuinely. Okay. I can understand people being a bit miffed about that, but I think calling it the worst game they've ever made is a little bit, overkill, overzealous, I guess you would say. I'm probably gonna start up Yakuza Kiwami. Now they made the new PS5 version. I will say this. The only thing I will really get onto them for is it looks like they're going to delist the original Yakuza 3 remastered when the remake comes out, and no, don't fucking do that. Never do that. Like, I understand on paper, it's, on paper, it's like, we don't want to confuse people who just want to have one game to buy, but the original game should always be fucking preserved for posterity, if nothing else. I mean, thankfully it doesn't affect anyone who's already bought it. And I think that's why they're doing it. I think that, you know, it's not that they're ashamed of it, they just want to make it easier for newcomers to buy the new one and not confuse them, but still, just don't do that. That's the only area where I could be a little bit pissed at them. Not to mention the fact that I'm pretty sure most people are not going to get confused, you know, Yakuza 3 and Yakuza 3 Kiwami. So there's like a clear delineation. Yeah. Well, if you're going to get it, now would be the time. Before they fucking delist it. Yeah, sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I remember that. That was bullshit. Well, it typically goes on sale for $10. And I'm most certain they're going to make it go on sale before they delist it anyway. Get to kind of drum up profits off it one last time, so... That's just good business. I don't know, suck a couple dicks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She gotta want it badly enough, Rhea. If you're not willing to take a couple back shots for a game, do you really want it? No, I'm sorry. I'm just playing with you. Oh man. Alright, yeah. You have a great day. I'll see you later. Come on, bro. Fuck a duck.
Ew.
I'm gonna save and take a break. I'll be